Alright, so I am doing my project on June Schwartz. I decided to research her because she does enameling, and that is something that I have enjoyed doing over this semester towards the end. Um, she was an enamelist who created a lot of tactile expressive objects, and she applied a lot of technical mastery to her medium. Mostly, she created vessels and plaques, although she did do a few other things, but that was the majority of her work, which she considered to be non functional and wasn't really meant to be used. She was born in Colorado and she had a love for nature and things like that. This is Apollo's Pool from 1993, made with copper foil and enamel. As you can see, the enamel, she used a few different colors on both the inside and the outside of the piece to create this vessel form. Next, we have the boat. This was made in 1955 with enamel on copper. It's one of their earliest works, actually. She made this after being only having enameled for a year. She considers this her first attempt at creating a fine art, and was quite an ambitious project. It was both etched and engraved. She formed the metal herself and textured it, and fired several layers of transparent enamel and silver foil to create this piece in multiple layers. Cigarette Box was created in 1955 using enamel on copper. There was also a walnut used for this vessel, which was an interesting addition to have the wood and the enamel. The enameled piece is set into the walnut, creating a lid, kind of like a textured, I would say, decorative lid for this box. Plate is just from 1956, enamel on copper. It looks like some graffito, some etching into the enamel before it was fired, using many colors to create this item. Bowl number 494. As an artist, Schwartz did often sign her works with a number rather than a name, her name and the year. So this would be made in 1966 using electroplated copper foil, enamel, and purple oxide. The purple oxide was kind of used to patina and kind of put the metal in a more raw form. She did like using the electroplated copper foil a lot in her work, as she liked playing around with the different textures. This is vessel number 572, made in 1970 with electroplated copper foil, enameled red interior, which is that deep red in the middle, a shiny exterior with a foot attached to the bottom. Next, we have Mountain Landscape. This was also known as piece number 704, later given a name. This was supposed to be a landscape of mountains, as she was born in Colorado and loves that landscape and nature, and this was kind of a show for her love for that. So this one is fused electroplated copper on enamel, and the copper was etched before being enameled. This is Doorway 2, made in 1994, electroplated copper foil, enamel, which was later sandblasted. She wanted to kind of shift from making rounded and coned vessels and had made a series of more cubed work. She likes doing the 3D work with the openings. For the openings, she likes so you can see the inside of the piece. And then she liked making three-dimensional work, so she had more surfaces to enamel on. This is vessel 2308, made in 2006, a little more recent. Electroplated copper foil with enamel. The metal is bent in such a way, kind of looks like a vase. Both the interior and the exterior have been enameled using a couple different colors. Vessel number 2360 was made in 2008 using electrocopper mesh, enamel, and black patina. The patina was used on the exterior to make it that dark, almost rustic color, while the inside was enameled more of a reddish brown. This was a very interesting piece. Um, Here shown at a few different angles, and those were most of the pieces I picked for this artist to showcase. More artists like June Schwartz would be like Sarah Perkins and Jessica Calderwood. They were both enamelist artists. They're now more in the present day. Sarah Perkins, we have the Growth Container, made in 2008, and Butterfly Container in 2011. While she did use a lot of similar techniques as far as enameling, she actually used silver instead of copper for her metal choice. And then lastly, if it will go. Okay. We have Jessica Calderwood. Her work actually uses a lot of different mediums, but she does keep the same as far as she enamels. First one, we have My Cup Runneth Over from the What Lies Beneath collection, which started in 2019 and now is brought into the present. It was made with copper, enamel, porcelain, milk paint, and glass pins. And then Seek from that same collection has used copper, enamel, glass seed beads, brass, porcelain, and milk paint. And that was my project. Thank you for listening.